telling you straight up, you got 50 partners and you're in your 20s as a female. That's nasty. I don't care who I just insulted. That is nasty. That's nasty. Why is it nasty, you ask? Well, it shows that you don't take sex seriously. You can't have had 50 people that you were in love with. Come on. You can't have had 50 serious relationships at that point. When did you start? 8? So that tells me that you're fickle with your body. Very fickle with your body. That tells me that a lot of that sex is without emotion. That tells me that you're not being terribly particular. 50 is an extremely high number. So that's not attractive. It's not sexist to say that that is less desirable than someone who has body count of 1. I'm telling you straight up, you got 50 partners and you're in your 20s as a female. That's nasty. I don't care who I just insulted. That is nasty. That's nasty. Why is it nasty, you ask? Well, it shows that you don't take sex seriously. You can't have had 50 people that you were in love with. Come on. You can't have had 50 serious relationships at that point. When did you start? 8? So that tells me that you're fickle with your body. Very fickle with your body. That tells me that a lot of that sex is without emotion. That tells me that you're not being terribly particular. 50 is an extremely high number. So that's not attractive. It's not sexist to say that that is less desirable than someone who has body.
That's absolutely right. Okay, Shalom. I want to give all praises and glory and honor as due to Yahweh, Barashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Habakkuk. I give double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Those in the gospel brought lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is absolutely right. The title of this is Listen Up, Eve. Nobody wants to use the box. And you know what? That is the truth. You know, because here in Babylon the Great, women are told that being put on a pedestal or being whores and jumping from men to men is actually a badge of honor, because that's a manly trait according to their standpoint. You know, the common ideology here in America is, okay, you get into a relationship that don't work, then you keep headhunting until you find the next guy that fits you or that's suitable for your needs or your agenda. But that's not how the Lord had set things up. If you understand the Bible or the biblical philosophy, which is from an Eastern standpoint, which is the mindset that we're supposed to adopt as Israelite men and women, okay? This mindset of the Western Hemisphere has been nothing but destructive. It's been degrading or degrading, all right? It's been evil, it's been wicked, it's tainted, and there's a false sense of reality among the Israelite women, starting with you so-called black women first, which, you know, you're the Jew out of the Bible. Okay, so she said, by the time you're in your 20s, you have like, what, 50 men? Shit, by the time a woman is in her 30s, she probably slept with well over 100 men. Okay, like Elder Malcolm always say, it ain't your woman, it's just your turn. Then you got those instances too that, you know, you may meet a woman, you may be very into her, you know, and y'all might have a connection, and that's a rare case. But even times in that, things go left field because, you know, the particular mindsets, the influences through social media, through other niggas, through other bitches or women, because women are the biggest haters, man. They see a woman that's kind of wet behind the ears and that's looking for a buddy click. They use that and they extort that to their advantage, okay? Because ultimately with that, they want, you know, misery loves company, you know? So if a woman is head over heels for a guy and she's with a bunch of bitter women, they're not going to adhere too well to that, okay? And they're going to do whatever they can to put poison in that woman's mind by getting her to go out to places, to do shit that ain't savory, to live the American black woman lifestyle. Like the scriptures say, she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. Girl, go get a career. Girl, forget that dude, man. You know, let's go to the club, let's go to the bar. You know, let's go talk to some other men. And by her being under pressure or by her not wanting to upset her friends, she's going to go out and she's going to do things, even if that's against your will as a man. And, you know, things like that puts strains on a relationship. But it takes a bigger party to understand the maturity in those actions, and that is not right. And then you have this situation. Because, hey, if a female goes out enough, she's going to run into somebody she's going to like, and then before you know it, somebody's going to get them draws. Because that's the commonality of the American woman. Okay? The reason why men go or women go to places is because they want to be picked up. You see? So, with that being said, that's 20 men. By the time she's 20, that's being nice. Try 30, 40, 50, 60 men and wonder why they can't pair bond with anybody, because, you know, they've been tainted. Okay, because according to the scriptures, you're supposed to be with the man that you've ever first laid down with. Okay, the first man you've ever had sex with is supposed to be the man you're supposed to be with for the rest of your life. But that's not taught here. Now, you got those instances that a woman, she meets a guy she really likes, even if she's not a virgin, and she wants to be with him, he wants to be with her, and then you make those situations work. But I'm going to tell you straightforward, they don't come without their problems. Because, you know, like I said, when a woman has been tainted or touched before you, then she has all types of spirits in her, on her. Different mindsets, different philosophies. Well, I think it should be done that way. It should be done this way. Nah, man, fuck that. The scriptures say this way. And the problem is because you don't have enough men out here, real men, to call out that fucking behavior, man, outside of us. And of course, you got the manosphere. But them niggas ain't coming to fruition until we start getting on a woman hard, man. Okay? And that's true. No man wants a used up box. So, with that being said, you women that's coming back into some form of repentance, you have to understand that you're not entitled to anything. Okay? You're not entitled to have a man or men to value you, so to speak. Because, for one thing, look at what you've done. Look at the behaviors you exemplified. And when you understand that thought and you understand the mindset, then you can start to heal from that and you can understand the truth. Because it's all about healing and growing. Okay, like this comment was left on my page. Now, earlier this was from, I don't know who this person is or who this woman is, but she left a comment and it was quite interesting on what she said. Her name was Sarah Connor. Now, this could be cap. I don't know. She could just be saying this to pull her legs. I don't know. But, you know, I give her the benefit of the doubt. But if this is indeed the case, she's actually in the right spirit. And this is the spirit that you women are supposed to adapt when it comes to your men. So you don't have to go out and find other men that jump dick to dick. But most of you want to jump rod to rod because you feel empowered that way. And that's stupid, man. So I'm going to read this comment. Like I said, it could be cap. I don't know. And I'm not taking away from the sincerity of it. You know, I don't know this person, but she, you know, one thing, she was out of order. Because for one thing, she made a comment which she shouldn't be talking. You have a man, you shouldn't be. I'll put it to you this way. If you have a man or a man you're dealing with, whatever, there's no point for you to comment on this page. Okay? I mean, you don't even have to say shalom to me because that's confusion. All the fucking heart emojis and all that other shit, you know, that goes out the window. If you have a man, then you know, don't comment. Period. You say your shalom here and there. If he's not in the truth, then okay, you watch the videos, you learn in silence. But we don't need to know your history, your story. Okay, because for one thing, this is the problem in the world. And I'm going to get into the scriptures. See, men, this is the problem, man. You women, you have been given the opportunity to speak and have a voice. See, me, I don't fucking play that shit, man. And that's probably why, you know, I'm single for the most part. You know, outside of my situation I've been with for some years. But because I'm just not going to allow certain shit. No matter how much I care or love an individual, certain shit, I'm not going to sell myself short. With a woman, is very straightforward when we look. You do what you told when you told, and we good. Okay, and that's not even and that they look, that's slavery. No, it's not slavery, because I'm not gonna have you to do anything that's outside of the Bible or anything that's wicked. I'm not gonna put you in a corner and say, make me some money. Okay, I'm not gonna abuse you, as y'all like to say. I'm not gonna steal from you. I'm not gonna do none of that shit. Not gonna come in and spit in your face or none of that dumb shit. All right. But see, the thing of it is, I have a certain rule. My woman, she can't hang around certain women. Certain bitches is just not good for the woman you trying to build an establishment with. And you can see it, man. Okay. My woman, she's not allowed to go to clubs. She can't go to bars with other women. Okay. She's not allowed to have male friends. And apparently that's too much for women to handle. Okay. She's not able to dress any way she want. Now, I'll be a little lenient, you know, her pants and shit like that. But she can't show her ass. Okay. Bad enough, I let her show her hair. I don't like my woman with her toes out, you know, because, you know, that's the thing. Me personally, you know, men like what they like. So therefore, you know, I'm a man. I'm a man of the Lord. You know, the Lord is a jealous power in righteousness. So it's by fault you detect or you protect what's yours. So you have to have certain rules. And if they can't abide it, then, you know, no matter how much you care about them, they got to hit the door, man. All right. So anyway, she says, Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim, Kakodash. It says, it's lessons like this one that showed me how wicked I was. It says, raised by a woman who emasculates men for fun, but wants a real man. And that's a good point. Salakia, I see this all the time. I see women scream, I want a man, but they don't want men. They want simps. They want men they can control. Because when they deal with a real man, then all of a sudden he's abusive, he's combative, he's controlling. He don't let me go out with my friends. Then you don't want no man. Because a real man ain't going to let his woman go out with a bunch of miserable women that talk shit about men and this career-minded shit that's going to drive her attention and drive her good from you. Because your woman is set up for you and you only. She's supposed to forward your enterprise. And if they can't see that, then that's their problem. Because on the flip side, she looks at you that you supposed to cater to her and forward her enterprise. She wants to be the prize, but you're the man. The Lord created you first. You're the leader. And they're going to find that out when this fucking society collapses, man, soon. But it says, told me my first husband trained me well. She says, but my mama's single, lonely, and miserable. And that's 95% of the women, bro. They walk with this personified image, this glorified proudness, this haughty behavior with their necks puffed up. They got the jobs, the money, the career, but they're missing a husband. Okay? And nobody wants to deal with them because of the pride, the attitude. The fact that that nigga, I don't need you type spirit. I can go to the white man and get what I want. No man wants to hear that shit, man. Especially when it's hard for Jake. No man wants to hear that. And for you women out there that may watch this video, take heed, man. We're telling you what we want and what we don't want, what we desire. Now, why is it a problem? When we desire to have righteous women that's in order, women that dress modest, women that don't deal with other men, women that don't want to be approached by other men, women that don't want to hang with these ratchet ass hoes. What's so wrong about us not wanting that? But you get to say, well, I want a man to this and that, man better do this and that. That shit is accepted. But when it comes to manosphere thinking, then it's a fucking problem. No, we're telling you what type of women we want. And if you can't be that, it's because you don't want to be that or you just don't believe in the Most High. And that's fine too. But she says, hold on. But she says, the man I have now, I will bow wherever I see him. It says, whatever he say goes. The man is the prize. She's absolutely right. Okay? She's in the right mindset. Now, like I said, it can be capped. I don't know this person. You know what I'm saying? It's not that I'm bigging her up personally, but what she's saying is on point. This is the mindset that you women supposed to adopt. But you see this, and then y'all talk shit, man, nah, I ain't gonna do that for no nigga. But what happens when the purge come and you need men to protect you? Then what? You're gonna change that attitude then. But let me read this real quick. It says, whatever he say goes. It's right. If he don't want you hanging out with certain bitches, then you don't fucking do it. Because obviously he can see something in them that you don't want to see. Okay? You don't be giving your numbers out. You don't sneak text, man. None of that shit, man. What are you doing? It says, the man is the prize. The wadi how bashim how was shy. Bashim rakakwadash. It says, for me to finally have learned to see the light, very edifying. It says, these miserable single women can't comprehend. She says, now I know to always walk behind him and hold the door open for him no matter where we are. Lord willing, I'll bring him like-minded, beautiful women in the kingdom of heaven as gifts. Now, you know what? This is the part that threw me for the loop, because if she was completely in the right, and she had to be corrected. She was completely in the right spirit. She would have said, I'll bring him extra women for help now, because it's lawful to have more than one wife. But see, when we say that, it comes to us want to fuck off. We want to be whole, just that dumb shit. No, we're telling you from an Easternized standpoint. And I was like, good to know, but you can bring in other women now. She says, understood, and will do the water. So if she's real about that, then she's in the right spirit. Because, hey, let's just say if you have all those women, all the kids will be fathered by one man. Okay, and which goes back to this point. Women jumping around, rod the rod, they have multiple baby daddies. So that's the point I wanted to make. But this is Proverbs 23 and 27. It says, for a whore is a deep ditch, and a strange woman a narrow pit, man. Okay? Now, a whore is a deep ditch because you get caught up with women that's whores, that's sluts, and you end up falling for that woman. You give yourself a block, okay? Because you already know she was promiscuous to begin with, but you decided to fall for her because you fell in love with the pussy. Well, hey, we've been there. We all as men have been there, but we telling you like that, get out of that mindset, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to take it for what it's worth. You see her, she's promiscuous, then you got to leave it at that. Because according to the scriptures, you can deal with prostitutes. Prostitution is one of the oldest professions out there. And a lot of you guys don't understand. Y'all deal with prostitutes. Man, look, your woman is a fucking prostitute, man. Okay, because you paid to get the box. You take her out, don't you? You buy her gifts, don't you? You take her places. Basically, you're paying for the pussy, or you've paid for the pussy. Whether you think so or not. Okay, that's just what it is. That's prostitution. You paying a service because you want to get in her pants. Everybody got a fucking price. So don't give me that shit. Oh, y'all niggas be popping prostitutes. Nah, nigga, your woman is a prostitute. Because look, matter of fact, let's get this. Amos 7:17. Peep this, it says, therefore thus says the Lord, thy wife should be a harlot in the city. The fuck is a harlot, man? A harlot is a prostitute or a whore. In this day and age, it just flat out hoes, man. Okay, some of them don't even have a so-called price. Then most of them get on OnlyFans. They sell pictures to try to go around selling a pussy, and these stupid dumb niggas buy that shit. But no, if you gonna prostitute and sell your service for money, you need to be giving up the goods between your legs. Well, the used goods, I say that. Okay, to put it in corrective terms. Because like I said, that OnlyFans shit, you simps out there, man, you paying a bitch $100 to see a picture of her titties. But yet she curve you after you basically subscribing to the shit every month. You paying a little $20, $30, however much it costs to see her masturbate online. When basically you supposed to just say, well, look, man, I want to have sex with you. How much is your price? And y'all do what y'all do and you keep it fucking pushing. Okay? Now, if you happens to find a woman or wife you want to deal with and you can deal with her, then deal with her, man. You know, because we're not against marriage. In fact, we promote marriage in a righteous standpoint. We push marriage, you know. Most men of the Lord, you know, had families, man. You know, and a lot of men of the Lord on this side have families. We push marriage. Brothers want wives, desire wives they want to be with. But, you know, this society is not that easy. Because what Paul said, he said, hey, if you deal with a woman, prepare to have trouble in the flesh. And that's going to come with it. For one thing, because the society caters to them. The society gives them everything they've ever wanted and empowers them falsely. So they take that type of entitlement and a lordship over it. Okay, then also you have fuck, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, but also then you have her, you know, she may have a baby father. She may have a man she was dealing with before you. She's still head over heels for. You got to deal with that nigga popping back up or texting, you know, every once in a while. You got to worry about she's fucking the nigga. You know, you got to worry about all that shit. And on top of that, she wasn't a virgin when you met her. So it's going to be impossible to have a perfect situation with her because she can't pair bond. Because scientifically wise, when a woman deals with more than one man, she takes on a characteristic of each and every man. And that's why they're all over fucking place. You know, and then you got those fucking women that you just love. Shit. You know, every brother got that tale of a woman that they, you know, they couldn't really kick all the way. You know, for whatever reason, because it could be some connection from the ancient world, or the Lord, maybe your real wife through the Spirit, and the Lord just putting y'all through some shit. You know, it happens. You know, men of the Lord will pair. I believe men of the Lord that were married to these women in the past will pair back up with them in this day, to the Lord to show us how we did Him. He'll pair you up with your one you was with, you know, and you had families with and stuff like that in the ancient world, and it'll play out the story of Gomer and Hosea. Okay, she ran off and committed adultery, committed harlotry, but that was the whole point. And He forgave her and accepted her back, just like the Most High deal with us. Now, hey, if you brothers, y'all can handle that, then so be it. My thing is, if I'm dealing with any woman, she has to be accountable. Okay, adultery is not something, that's not a light thing. You know, if any woman know me personally, they'll know that committing adultery on me is probably not the wisest thing. Not saying that I'm going to go crazy, but why would you want to commit adultery on somebody that's sincere about what they do? You know, and even if that was the case, before we even attempt to talk, you have to be accountable. Okay, I don't deal with people that's not accountable in some way or fashion. You have to be accountable. You have to look at both sides of the fence. Like, okay, I was like this because this, and this. And actually understand and rationalize between what's being said by the man and why certain actions were made. You have to be able to look in yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, you got to drop the fucking falsified bullshit. You got to drop the American mindset of not being accountable. Well, I did this because of this and this and that. No, okay, right is right, wrong is wrong. Well, you did this and that. No, man. Okay, was what I was telling you the first time, was that wrong or not? And then you go off and do it anyway. And you just don't address that point, is because there's no accountability there. And you have to be accountable. But it says, should be a harlot in the city, and thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword, and thy land should be divided by a line. Okay, you know, and it says, and thou should die in a polluted land, and Israel should surely go forth into captivity. Okay, but the point, all our women are whores, man. Okay, even the ones that are virgins, I say that because even though they may not have been touched by men physically, they still have that whorish mentality, man. They still got that, well, I want to show my body. I want to show, I want to be around different men. All this other shit, man. Like I was, yesterday I think was Valentine's Day. Whenever that bullshit was. I was looking online, man, and this simple ass nigga, he proposed to this one bitch. And proposed to her and she didn't marry him. Now I don't know what he said because it was kind of loud. It was kind of low volume, but she basically threw the flowers back in his face and walked off for him. He rose pedaled her up. He did all that good shit, right? All the bubbly shit you women claim to like, which that's a simpish behavior, man. If you got to do that to keep your woman, then that ain't the woman for you. All right, now I'm not saying you don't give your woman gifts and take her out and do what you got to do, She likes shit, then she's good with you, then buy it for her. There's no problem with that. You give your woman gifts and shit, but for her to be an entitled bigot like that, that's wrong. Then I saw another fucking video of this nigga and his woman, Keisha, of course. They was in a hotel room, and he got rose petals and shit all over the fucking bed, and he's sitting all in love with her and shit, and yet she's taking pictures and putting it on Instagram, whatever fucking platform it was, social media, and she's like in this tight dress, got the cum catchers on. She's all in the wrong spirit, and she's putting that out there so other men can see her. She's basically exploiting herself for other men. While his simple ass is sitting on the bed thinking that she's lovey-dovey. It's all about her, bro. It's all about her and what she wanted. She don't give a fuck about you. According to her, you did what you were supposed to do to keep her. So she's taking pictures and selfies to get all this praise from these other niggas and these other women. Oh, girl, that's good, girl. You deserve it, girl. You this and this and this and that. Girl, that's right, girl. But not one time has they catered a comment towards the man. You see? So this is like it's bullshit, man. That's why dating in this society really turns you off. All right? But this is the book of Sirach 25. And I'm going to start at verses 23. It says, a wicked woman abateth the courage and maketh a heavy countenance and a wounded heart. Yeah, man. Men have become wounded and broken behind these women, man. Okay, they become straight up in comatose state. Like the scriptures say, many men have ran out their wits for women. Like when I was at work today, I was going to see the nurse to get some pain pills, man, because my heart rate was just all over the fucking place. I literally thought I was going to fucking pass out at times. But I know it's due to my foot injury. I found out it's probably due to this particular tendon in my foot that I might have to possibly get surgery on or go see a foot doctor whenever the my insurance kicks in. But regardless of that, so she was like one of the directors of this department, black woman, man, right? Show you how the white man does it. She had this tight ass dress on, bro. Tight dress. I mean, ass is out. And I'm looking like, goddamn, this is crazy, right? I'm like, you walking around here like that because you want attention from these men. And these two simple ass security guard niggas, you know what I'm saying? She like, well, can you let me in the door because I left my badge upstairs. So I'm following her. Well, I'm walking next to her. And I'm looking at these men literally fucking fall off their chair to elevate this woman, man. In back of my mind, I'm looking at these niggas like, you the fucking sound like y'all act like y'all never seen no ass before. Or y'all act like she's like Mother Goddess or some shit. You know what I'm saying? None of you niggas are fucking, okay? And ain't no telling how many dudes and been up in that. Especially coming to work like that. Why would you come to work and wear a skimpy ass dress like that around a bunch of men and jealous women? Like you asking for problems. And I mean, this one nigga, he just wouldn't shut the fuck. Oh yeah, well, I got you. We can do, you ain't gotta ask a word. You just gotta come down here and say. I looked at my mind. I'm like, nigga, this fuck. Man, I wanted to grab dude up, man. I looked at him. As I walked off, I turned back and looked at him and shook my head. And he looked at me, man, and he peeped it. You know what I'm saying? And then the other nigga that let us in, he was being a simp too. I'm like, these men have really ran out their wits for women. These men have really put women on a fucking pedestal, man. And that's something I'm not gonna fucking do. If you ain't serving Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, you're not serving me, I'm not putting you on a fucking pedestal. I don't care if you're my fucking mother. You could be my daughter. I don't give a fuck, man. If you ain't serving the Lord and you ain't serving your man, you do not need to be put on no pedestal. I don't give a fuck who you are. You can be my grandmother on a plantation picking cotton. I wouldn't give two fucks, man. All right, and that's the problem with you soft belly ass. I can't stand you, Jakes, and that's why you're gonna be the first one to die. Okay, and deservingly so. Okay, if you niggas was in order, you would have told that woman in the right spirit, look, man, why the fuck you dressing like that at work? Take your ass home and put on some clothes, man. That's how fucking adultery starts in a workplace. And she was nice as hell. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit, she was like breaking her neck to fucking help me. Why? Because I wasn't giving her no attention, man. You know, I come back downstairs and she said, "You taken care of?" I said, "Yeah, I'm good." And she saw I had my shit in my hand. She's like, "Do you want me to find you a plastic bag?" "I'll find you a plastic bag." She ran in the kitchen and tried to find a bag. I'm like, "Don't worry about it. It's all good." Because I wasn't fucking trying to follow her and lick my goddamn tongue out because she felt the manly presence in me, man. Not saying I'm just this John Shaft motherfucker, okay, which I could be. I'm just fucking playing. I'm just joking around, but I wasn't giving her no attention because for one thing, I'm not gonna entertain that shit, man. You know, I'm not gonna entertain that shit, man. I mean, keep it in a keep it hidden. Make a motherfucker guess. You know. But anyway, it says the wicked woman obeyed the courage and make it heavy countenance and a wounded heart. And a woman that would not comfort her husband in distress make it weak hands and feeble knees. Yep. But it says of the woman became sin, and through her we all die. Verse 25, this is a good point. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gather abroad. Right? Your woman ain't supposed to have friends outside of your approval, man. Okay, no matter if she likes it or not. And you do that because you love her, you care about her. Okay, and she knows that shit. But you know, women, they're like kids. They're rebellious. They want to see what they can get away with until you put the hammer down. You know, my thing is, I'm only gonna argue with you so much, and even that's too much. Arguing with a woman, that's too fucking much. You know, that's an effeminate trait, and we all men, we had that. Trying to get our points across to these women. Look, these women know what the fuck it is, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, look, this is what it is, and this is how it needs to be. It's just that simple. Yeah, now you may have your disagreements that comes with being in situations, but you got to learn how to keep it cool and shit, man. Because if she's doing things that she know you against, then that's her problem. She need to question her logic. It shouldn't make you feel less than a man. She shouldn't dictate your manhood because she buck up or disrespect you. No, that's her. That's within her because whatever father problems or mother problems or nigga problems she got, they don't dictate you when you serving the Lord. And I had to learn that the hard way. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like, man, this motherfucker, that shit don't dictate my manhood. Because I say, I don't want you to be around other niggas and you do it anyway. That don't make me less of a man because you wanted to disobey me. But that make you less of a woman because you couldn't follow what you were supposed to follow. Because after all them niggas fuck and do what they do and hop around penis to penis, you're going to be right back here trying to get salvation. And I'm just speaking in general, nobody in particular. You know what I'm saying? But you're going to be right here back trying to work, or, you know, you're going to be asking for help when all hell break loose. Because these little niggas that y'all people on a pedestal, okay, these little soft belly jakes, them niggas, man, they going to die, man. Okay, the Lord ain't going to deliver these weak ass, effeminate ass men out here. They going to, often, a lot of them going to get killed off before you women get killed off. Like them two knucklehead ninjas I seen the day at work, them niggas going to be destroyed. And they were security guards, man. You know? And when I walked out the building, he was like, all right, brother, you have a good day. You know, you just overly dick riding. I'm like, nigga, whatever, man. Kick rocks, bro. Don't care about that shit. But it says, if she will go not as thou would have us, cut her off from thy flesh and give her a bill of divorce and let her go. Sometimes you gotta let shit burn, man. If it ain't going the way that you want it to go, and you know that it should go, then you gotta let it go, bro. Okay? It's just that simple. No matter how much you love a person, if they not operating outside of the spirit of confusion, then you gotta let them go. You know, maybe in time they'll see it, but you know, for most women, it's gonna take for the Lord to bring holy hell in their life before they really realize what they were dealing with. And that's when, you know, you can say, well, look, this is what happened because you didn't listen to X, Y, and Z, and it's gonna come. I believe that. All right. Sirach 26, and I'm gonna start at verses 8. It says, a drunken woman and a gathered abroad. It's a motherfucker that's all over the place that can never stay home. You want to be here, you want to be there, you want to go there, you want to be around all these, you know, that's a gathered abroad. It says causes great anger, and this is in the Bible, and you see why it's written. It causes great anger, and she would not cover her own shame. Okay, a gathered abroad, gad means to troop. When you're trooping out, you mean you're whoring, or you're out doing things that you shouldn't be doing. It says will not cover her own shame because there's always an excuse as to why they did what they did. You know, or if you question it, or if you bringing up offenses, they don't even acknowledge that part. They leave that shit out because they don't feel bad about that. They're like, well, you know, in my mindset, I don't think I was wrong for being at this bar or this man hitting on me. So, well, fuck what you talking about. And that's a fucked up thing. All right. And it says, and the whoredom of a woman may be known in her looks or her haughty looks and her eyelids. All that makeup, eyeshadow, the cum catchers, man. It says, and if thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. Okay? Watch over an impudent eye, and marvel not if she trespass against thee. It says, she will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he hath found the fountain, and drink of every water near her. By every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver against every arrow. Okay? And that's the commonality of these women, man. The cock carousel, that's the cock carousel scripture, man. Okay? So I'm going to just end it there, man. I don't want to be all night on this, giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And with that, shalom and a ball. Shalom.